Before we continue with the rest of the video, we could use your help. Click the like button to help spread word about Watch Jojo Animals, and also be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. When rescuers laid eyes on this poor neglected creature, they couldn't even work out what it was. The rescuers had seen some bad cases of neglect and abuse, but this one had them at a loss. It was obvious that the animal in front of them had been mistreated, but what was it? There was only one way to find out, so they began cutting the knotted fur. Back in 2014, Japanese animal rescuers were called out to help an unusual creature roaming the streets of Tokyo. When they found the animal they were looking for, however, they couldn't believe their eyes. The sight that met them was an upsetting one. Apart from the poor beast's four-legged gait, the rescue team had no idea what they were looking at. The mystery animal's true identity was hidden behind thick and dirty clumps of hair. Whatever it was, their charge had been subject to a horrific level of neglect. The rescue had apparently been someone's pet, although it's unclear who the owner was. Regardless, whoever was supposed to be looking after the animal had ignored it to the point of abuse, and eventually they had just abandoned it on the streets. Given the state the creature was in, it had probably never seen love, not to mention grooming. As a result, the animal's fur had thickened and tangled to the point of obscuring its species, but when rescuers got close, they at last realised what it was. Underneath the matted dreadlocks and filthy chunks of cement-like hair, the creature wasn't unusual or bizarre. It was just a dog that had been denied the love and care it sorely needed. Subsequently, the rescue team took the poor pooch back to the animal shelter. It was there they discovered the dreadlocked doggy was a male, although its breed was still indeterminate. To find that out, they had to gain the dog's affections first. But as it happened, the shelter staff were the ones who were won over. After the neglect the dog had endured, it would have been understandable if he was reserved or scarred. But the rescue dog proved that abuse had not broken his spirit, and the pooch's personality shone through the dirt and grime that covered him. In order to liberate the darling hound from his hairy prison, though, the shelter needed expert assistance. The call was answered by a team of canine groomers who visited the rescue voluntarily. Fortunately, their new client took to them straight away and showered them with affection. Needless to say, dog grooming isn't just something to make your fur baby look pretty. No, it's an essential process, especially in certain breeds of canine. After all, a plethora of health and skin problems can be caused when a dog's fur isn't maintained. Fleas and ticks are a problem for any dog, but unkempt fur is a shelter for unwanted pests. Not only is this a nuisance for the dog, but it can also develop into more systematic problems. The irritation can, for example, turn into sores, which can become infected on the pup's hidden skin. Therefore, the rescuers couldn't know how to treat the dog until they saw his skin. With that in mind, the groomers got to work, and they gave the pooch a traditional haircut to remove some of the pressure off its head. The matted dreadlocks put up a fight against the shaver, but after a concentrated effort, the groomers were victorious. The mass of hair was so large that it was probably causing untold discomfort. The relief the dog felt must have been amazing. The electric shaver met its match when the groomers began work on the rescue's body, though. The hair had grown so thick here that it's almost like a shell, and the shaver couldn't penetrate the tangles. However, staff found that a pair of gardening shears proved effective. Despite their use in topiary, the shears made for good grooming tools in expert hands, so the groomers cut through the rescue dog's knots, and slowly but surely another piece of the puzzle was revealed. Yes, the team were uncovering what kind of dog they were working on. Throughout the entire ordeal, the rescue was as good as gold. He never made a fuss, he just allowed his new friends to give him the most important haircut of his life. Finally, he was becoming the pampered pooch he was always meant to be. As the groomers sheared off more dreadlocks and tangles, the grime and dirt of the street came away. And after each layer, the groomer's canine client was given the executive spa treatment and bathed thoroughly. The makeover ended with a final clip and bath. In doing so, the groomers revealed the true nature of their client. The dog was a regular poodle breed. Poodles are renowned for their magnificent frou-frou hair, so without grooming, it's no wonder the fur had spiraled out of control. It was also discovered that underneath the thick layers of filth, the poodle had a beautiful silver-like coat. In light of that, he was given the name Ginta, which means silver boy in his country's native language. The shelter also uploaded a video of Ginter after his treatment. Ginter lived out the first part of his life in abuse and neglect, but his rescuers showed him love. It was doubtless that as much as his treatment that gave the poodle hope once more. Humans or dogs, it doesn't matter, the description of the 2014 YouTube video read, "We all want to be happy." Please do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell to receive everything that is new.